Breaking news coming in. British police are investigating an assault on a protester who was beaten by several men after being dragged inside the grounds of the Chinese consulate in Manchester during a demonstration against President Xi Jinping. It is an India Today exclusive on your screen. British police currently investigating assault on a protester who was beaten up by several men after being dragged inside the grounds of the Chinese consulate in Manchester during a demonstration against President Xi Jinping. And this is how they chose to do it: drag him inside the Chinese consulate and then beat him up. So anti-China protesters were taken inside the premises of the Chinese consulate in Manchester, and then they were beaten up by several men. Why? Because they choose to demonstrate against Chinese President Xi Jinping. Now, the British police have swung into action, taken matters in their hands, investigating this brutal assault on a protester. We'll get you more details as we go along the way, but these visuals, let me tell our viewers, are exclusive to India Today.
The protester, known as Bob, is then kicked and punched by 5 men. Going into the circumstances, they added that their officers responded immediately to defuse the situation. Speaking after the incident to the BBC, Bob, who has recently emigrated from Hong Kong...
You can see the brutal assault on the protester on your screens right now, and just look at the way in which this assault has taken place. The man was dragged by several men inside the Chinese consulate in Manchester, where they have, of course, control. And that is when they beat him up. And why? Because he was spotted outside during a demonstration where he chose to speak about, he chose to speak up anti-China. He spoke about President Xi Jinping and against him while at it, and hence this happened. Now the British police are investigating this particular assault. What the details of their investigation are, we'll know in moments from now when we have a reporter joining us who can update us and brief our viewers on what the investigation report says, because the police, from what we are being made to understand, are seriously investigating this assault on a protester who was beaten by several different men, as you can see on your screens, after being dragged inside the grounds of the Chinese consulate in Manchester during a demonstration against President Xi Jinping.
Sunday in the city of Manchester in northwest England.
I don't read the news. I read between the lines to tell you the true version of events, the true story of our times.
To document grief, the toughest assignment for any journalist to be.
From those who matter.
Women politicians going to stick up for each other.
Of those who should matter. I document the truth. I don't distort the truth. I don't glamorize the truth. I don't gloss over the truth.
The ghosts of India's contentious medieval history have come knocking again.
I hustle for the truth, on the ground, in the newsroom, in the studio. I don't try to grab eyeballs.
I inform you to make you see the point.
To the Point with Preeti Chaudhary. At these times, only on India Today.